Hey everyone, this is Dan Gingiss, the Experience Maker, back with you for National Customer Service Week, brought to you by my friends at Pace. I'm very excited to be back for our second lesson. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, as you know, we've got 5 lessons, and we are going to be looking at all of the things that help to create remarkable experiences. In the first lesson, we talked about transforming your organization's brand voice to being witty and memorable. Today, we are going to talk about creating an immersive customer journey. Now, these steps are all part of my WISER methodology for creating remarkable experiences. And WISER stands for witty, immersive, shareable, extraordinary, and responsive. Today, we're going to talk about being immersive. Now, let's start with some background information. If you are like most companies, you have what I like to call a leaky bucket. That means that customers are leaving your business every day. And guess what? They're not even telling you about it. I wish they would leave in a blaze of glory, because at least we would know what we were doing wrong and we might be able to fix it for the next people. But no, many customers leave. They go right to the competition, and you never know why. Now, my friend Ryan created this cartoon here for me, and obviously that's me standing there, right? Handsome bald guy. He's there with a net, and he's catching all those customers coming out of that leaky bucket. That's what happens when you create a truly immersive experience. You keep more customers. They spend more, and they're more likely to refer their friends to your business. You see, what customers want is for the experience to be easier. 68% say they want the experience with brands online to be easier. 76% say that if a brand understands me at a personal level, I'm going to be more loyal. Seems pretty straightforward, right? But here's what customers are getting. 63% say I often abandon a brand for another when the online experience is poor. 72% say I am loyal to certain brands, but as soon as I have a bad experience with them, I move on. That's any bad experience, a customer service phone call, some other experience that didn't match their expectations. And 66% say when I engage with a business online, I feel like I'm treated like a generic customer, not as an individual with my own needs. Folks, we can take the word online out of there, and people will say the same thing. They want personalized. They don't want to feel like just an account number. So let's talk about being immersive. This is about creating experiences that people feel in their bones. And the best way to do it is to attract either one or more of the 5 senses, or to appeal to people's emotions. Let me show you what I mean. Wugan Books is a bookstore in Taiwan, and they decided they didn't want to look like every other bookstore on the planet, so they turned off all the overhead lights. When you walk into Wugan Books, you got to take a moment and let your eyes adjust to the dark. It's then that you'll notice that each individual book has a little pin light over it. In fact, it kind of looks like it's from a Harry Potter movie, right? You know what happens when you turn off the overhead lights? People walk up to books and spend time with them. They don't aimlessly wander the aisles browsing. They look at a book, and then they move over and look at the next book and the next one after that. They visit genres that maybe they didn't think they would want to visit. And they buy more books because they've had an immersive experience. They've been able to experience the books before they buy them. And while Wugan Books only is about a quarter the size of, say, a Barnes & Noble in the United States, it manages to be successful by not looking like every other bookstore. British Telecom, or BT, is a cable company in the United Kingdom. And like many companies, you've probably had this experience. The first bill that people get is really confusing. Like, you know, it's got some of last month and some of this month and all of next month and an installation charge. And you thought you were moving because you were getting a promotional rate that's more money than you ever imagined. So BT decided to do something about it by creating these explainer videos.
Hello, Caroline. We're from BT. It's really good to have you with us, and we're going to talk you through your first bill. Your bill is made up of 3 sections: one-off charges, rental and other charges, and what you used.
Let's start at the top. One-off charges include things like delivery, an engineer connecting your line, activation fees, and any new kit you needed to get set up. And this is what that section comes to. The next section is rental and other charges. This is the cost of all the services you have with us, including any discounts. It's billed in advance and comes to this.
Now for the last part, what you used. This covers anything you've used over and above your package. Things like calls to international numbers or buying a film perhaps. And for you, this month, that comes to this.
So if we now put those three sections together, you'll get the total for your first bill. And that's how it all works. We hope that's been a help and everything makes sense now.
If you want to see your bill in more detail, just click on the button at the end of the film. You'll find it's all there for you. Thanks for watching.
Now, what's amazing about that video is it's personalized to Caroline. That is actually Caroline's bill that they're showing on the iPad. Do you know what the result was here? I know this is going to surprise you. Fewer people called into the contact center or customer service to ask about their first bill because now they understood it. It's a brilliant way to create an immersive experience for the customer and also save money for the business. My friend Allie Pleiter is a romance novelist, and she writes books like The Bull Rider's Homecoming. Now, you may be wondering, what in the world do romance novels have to do with customer experience? Well, one of the things I love about Allie is that she dives deep into her fictional characters. In order to write this book, she became a bull rider. She's also been part of a Buffalo Stampede. She's joined the circus, and she has worked with two of the best coffee baristas in the world to learn about their craft and to understand them well enough to write about them in such detail. Folks, these are fiction books. They're romance novels. Can you imagine if we spent even half that much time getting to know our customers? What could we do to create an immersive experience for them? In downtown Louisville, there's a bar called Against the Grain, and they have a drink called the Old Fashioned Experience. Hey, I like to call myself the experience maker, so of course I got to order this drink. It turns out the Old Fashioned Experience is a glass of bourbon along with what looks like a bloody eyeball. But don't worry, it isn't. It's just a frozen ice sphere that has all of the ingredients of the old-fashioned frozen right in. So there's a cherry and an orange rind and some bitters and some triple sec all in the ice cube. The customer then pours the bourbon onto the ice sphere. And over time, what happens is the ice ball melts and it becomes an old-fashioned right in front of your eyes. You can see it happening. You can smell it happening. And if you're like me and a little bit impatient, you can taste it along the way and taste it happening. Folks, remember this drink is called an Old Fashioned, and they made it new. They made it different from every other Old Fashioned in every bar in the land. This is what it's like to create something that's immersive. You bring the customer into the experience and have them be a participant. You know, there are lots of companies that use scent to create immersive experiences. Your favorite hotel probably uses a scent, whether you know it or not, in their lobby that draws you in. Many retailers do this. They create scents that are memorable so that you know when you walk into their store, you're definitely there. One such company that doesn't use artificial scents is Starbucks. But if you walked into a Starbucks, if you walked me into a Starbucks and had me blindfolded, I could tell you it was a Starbucks because they all smell like the roasted coffee and the pastries, and there's just a smell to Starbucks, right? And that's what helps to create an immersive experience. Remember I said any of the 5 senses. The Savannah Bananas are a minor league baseball team. And owner Jesse Cole, who's a friend of mine, when he took over the team, there were 2 season ticket holders. He couldn't sell tickets to the Boy Scouts because they thought it would be boring. Jesse decided to take everything about baseball and turn it on its side. And no idea was too crazy. Today, he has sold out stadiums every single game and a waiting list for season ticket holders. One of the favorite things that they added to all of the excitement, more than, hundreds of things that you will see at a baseball game that have nothing to do with baseball, are the banana nanas.
What do you think about the banana nanas? Tell me about them.
I love the banana nanas. As a matter of fact, I want to be a banana nana.
Whatever's normal, do the exact opposite. So most teams have these young dance teams that can do all these backflips, and we said, no, let's go the opposite. Let's get these unbelievable senior citizens who can do some great hip hop dances. And I just thought the idea would be fun. And then the concept of banana nanas, it just worked. So I challenged our team. I said, we need to find a senior dance group in town and see if they want to be a part of this.
I'm Nana Karen. I'm the head banana nana. We had heard that a new baseball team was coming to town, and they were interested in a dance group, a line dance group. Well, I've got the girls that can do it, because we were already doing it for the resident homes in Savannah. But the age group is over 65 and into the mid-70s. It is just so exciting, and we get our game face on, our dance face on, and we're there to just smile and have a good time. And the crowd is just going crazy.
They became heroes in Savannah, the Banana Nanas. And since that point, they've taken to the next level for 3 years of crazy dancing and coming up with even more unique routines.
All the time we're posing for pictures with some of the fans that are there. And they're always coming up to me and asking me, can they be a banana nana? And then I get the little girls, and they say when they grow up, they want to be a banana nana. So it's just really, it's a great experience.
Now, I can tell you that Jesse Cole owns 7 yellow tuxedos, one for every day of the week. I've never seen him wear anything else. That's how immersive of an experience that he creates for the fans of the Savannah Bananas. Mr. Floor is a local company in the Chicago area that does carpets and hardwood floors. And they did my hardwood floors recently. And one of the things that I loved about the experience with working with Mr. Floor is that every day for the 2-week project, at the end of the day, I got an email from the foreman. He summarized all of the things that we had talked about, any decisions that we made, and he included pictures. So this is what my carpeting looked like beforehand, and when they pulled it up, and then when they put down the wood, and finally when they stained it. I now have all of these pictures for my records in case anybody ever asks about the project. And I felt involved and listened to every step of the way because of the communication. Great example of how to bring the customer into the process and create an immersive experience. You might have seen multiple companies like Benjamin Moore creating immersive experiences using virtual reality or augmented reality. Here, you're able to take a picture of a room and test out different wall coverings, different paints for your wall. There are carpeting companies that do the same thing. IKEA does it with furniture and different things, so you can actually see what something looks like in your house. Again, put the power into the customer's hands, and they're going to be so much more engaged. Benco Dental was a client of mine. They are the 3rd largest dental distributor of supplies and equipment in the United States. And one of the things they did was create a VIP experience that was incredibly immersive. They bring dentists from all over the country into one of their showrooms where they get to test out real equipment in real rooms and see what they like for their business. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Melissa Sproul with the design team at Centerpoint, America's largest and most complete dental equipment showrooms. Here you will see the greatest selection of major equipment lines and categories, side by side under one roof. Staffed with the best dental designers in the business, our goal is to help you create a beautiful, functional, and productive office that communicates your brand and fits your budget. Upon arrival, you are greeted by a Centerpoint genius who will guide your day. We encourage you to make yourself at home in our comprehensive operatories and sterilization centers. Each CenterPoint location offers a large digital imaging suite where you can work with 2D and 3D X-ray units and imaging software from the best brands in dentistry. And while you're here, get familiar with BencoNet and test drive Benco's one-visit solution in our dedicated CAD/CAM suites. Look around. The variety of floor and wall coverings on display will help you better visualize how design can influence your practice's environment. Available finishes run the gamut, from traditional to modern, green to luxurious, economical to lavish, which means time spent with an interior designer in our design library will be inspiring and hands-on. You can also sit face-to-face, working directly with the space planner to discover the best ways to maximize your office's workflow and productivity. Benco has 3 CenterPoint showrooms located in northeastern Pennsylvania, Dallas, Texas, and Southern California. Each showroom experience provides the kind of direct approach to outfitting your new office that you'll only find with Benco Dental. So join us at CenterPoint and let Benco help you create an office that's efficient and beautiful.
Now here's the amazing part. Benco invites these dentists with a guest and pays for all of their travel to get to one of these locations. Do you know what ends up happening? Over 3/4 of the dentists end up using Benco's design services, and most of them end up buying their equipment and supplies from Benco Dental as well. All because Benco decided to create an immersive experience so that people could feel their office even before they designed it. You too have many opportunities to be immersive in your business. You just have to know where to look. I like to suggest that you look at transitions and handoffs. Anywhere where a customer is going from one department to the next is usually going to be a little bit confusing for that customer. So make sure the handoff is clear. Highlighting the senses, as we talked about, sight, smell, taste, hearing, touch. These are great ways to become immersive. Simplifying the complex. Make it easy for folks, people. Consistency in the journey. No matter where the customer is in the journey, it should look and feel like the same company. You shouldn't get a different answer from one department than from another department. It should be consistent. And appealing to emotions is always a great way to get people more immersed in your business. I want to thank you so much for your time today, and we will see you next time.